Are we good? All of the videos about 9 tips and tricks on how to beat procrastination, man, they're all dog shit. When you're, looking at these videos like, okay, cool, I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna try that. You try some of it don't even work. Some of them actually do work for a bit, maybe up to 1 week, and then, it's fucked. And that's because you are following tips and tricks. So I'm gonna give you these fundamentals, and I'm gonna give you what works for me. I'm gonna give you the build, and this will work for you. If you need a plan to fall back to, this is it. It's very, very fucking simple. You wake up as early as you can, realistically, and still go to bed and get like 8 hours of sleep. Make sure everybody else is asleep, right? Make some coffee and get to work. Don't do anything else. Don't listen to music. Don't check your phone. Don't do anything like that. Just the coffee. That's the only thing. That's the only stimulant that you actually benefit from. And you work until you're too hungry to ignore your hunger. Sometimes that goes to like 1 p.m. It's fucking crazy. Get a tiny scoop of protein into your coffee. This is the big scoop, and this is the tiny scoop. This is for actual coffee. 1/4 of a normal portion. So only do this because if you take the whole thing, like a whole portion of protein, which should be about 25 grams, you're gonna get your digestive system working, and you do not want that. You want to avoid that at all costs. And this will give you some protein, so it's energy for your body. And it gives you caffeine, so, great for pre-workout, even if it is your brain that you're working out. It's just really balanced. I love it. I have so much more energy. If you have a problem with like getting fatigued when you're trying to focus a lot, make yourself an ISO drink. You can make them at home for like 2 cents. You just need a bit of juice, salt, and just water. And it keeps you so focused. It's crazy. I've been doing it with just coffee and protein. Hell, even only coffee works. So yeah, just these are the details, okay? So again, don't get lost in the details. So keep watching, stay tuned. These are the fundamentals to beat procrastination. Fundamental number 1, figure out your priorities. 5 years from now, you probably have an idea of how you will look like. Don't think about shit like, oh, I'm gonna have this car, maybe in that color or in this color. It doesn't fucking matter. You should be thinking about what am I gonna do every single day, and how are my connections gonna look like? How are my priorities gonna look like in 3 to 5 years? From there, come back to the present and figure out what is it that I'm doing currently that will get me there the fastest. 80% of the stuff that people do doesn't give them any progress, or very little progress. And 20% is gonna give them most of that. It's called the 80-20 rule. What is that 20%? It's usually just one task that you need to really focus on. Have that as your number 1. If you need to do that, fuck everything else. So you have found your priority. You can lose your focus, and you're gonna be doing something else in like an hour. If you're having trouble concentrating, even watching a video that is not stimulating to your brain, doesn't give you that much dopamine, just go and meditate. 5 to 10 minutes, hell, even 3 minutes helps. The number 2, extremely common problem. I have this problem as well. When you start studying hard, or for example with YouTube, I just had this where I started looking at, creating a channel. After like a few hours, I should have stopped researching. And I just went on and on and on, trying to get every single little detail I need. Not realizing that I already had everything I needed. I went for 100%, when 80% of the knowledge would have been more than enough to start off making videos. It's just gonna take 10 times as much as it takes to do it like this right now. And it's a good thing that I researched stuff like that. I went way past the point of diminishing returns when it comes to prioritization. Do not fall into that trap. If you are there right now, researching how to quit procrastination, just stop at this video, I'm gonna give you all the information you need, so keep watching. I'm gonna give you a morning routine, although you can build your own just by the information I am delivering to you. So, number 2 thing, whatever you're doing, you must be able to find pleasure in it. So the easiest way to do this is look at the details of the process. See which part you like the most. And be very conscious about doing that, and having pleasure doing that. Find that process within the process. For me, helping other people get better, coaching, I really like doing that stuff. I already do esports coaching. For you, it might be something else, engineering, for example. But whatever it is, just keep in mind this one thing within what you do. If you really want to be like high percentage, you will have to control your own life moving forward. And that doesn't mean don't listen to anyone. It just means don't do exactly what other people tell you just because they're telling you, you know? Trust yourself. In esports, you know, people just start having initiative more. They stop waiting for calls from like the leader who is giving the calls, you know, in-game leaders, and they just start taking initiative and getting great results. And if the guys join a team where the leader is like super experienced, you know, he's like an older guy or something, already has established himself, the new guy is listening to the old guy because of the respect that he gives him, which is really good. But he's listening to him like a soldier, you know, not thinking at all into his own. And that way, people lose performance and people get worse over time. So this is one of the big lessons I learned while coaching. You need to take initiative. If you don't, you're fucked. No matter what your problem is, if you don't take initiative, you're fucked. If you do something about it, good for you, even if you fail. When you start sleeping, like, hey, I just given you this perfect plan or whatever, I given you the fundamentals, but you're still sleeping, what is going wrong? Something in your fundamentals is not right. You're either getting lost in the details, or you're losing focus, or you're not working on the correct priorities. So to fix that, go back to the fundamentals. Don't just keep grinding, waking up at 5 a.m. and then, you know, you miss the alarm or whatever. Think about it. If you woke up at 5 a.m., would you do the fundamentals? Would you do proper prioritization? That's the question that you need to be asking when you start sleeping. And then you answer it, you'll probably change something, because when you start to self-sabotage like that, you usually have some problem that your subconscious is aware of. So just listen to your kind of emotions when it comes to that. So is it what you're waking up, is it really what you are looking to do in 3 to 5 years, for example? That's a great question. So, for example, I was doing like YouTube research, how to start a channel and all that. That was super exciting to me. I went through all the process, all the research, topic, keywords, everything. And I got to a point when it came to scripting. And my motivation just went away. And even though I was still, you know, I was disciplined, I was still working on the script, I was still waking up early, I was losing focus. I was thinking about it, what's going wrong, what's not working. I went for a walk. That's really fucking helpful. And I realized that, god damn it, I'm doing scripting word for word. I'm not doing this right. That's not my style, you know? I would never do that. I wouldn't want to do word for word in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. So here I am. I just created, or like a bullet points in a little notebook, you know, whatever. And now it just clicked again. And now I'm recording already. It took 1 hour. Think about it. What are you doing in the process that you're not enjoying? Maybe you need to change the style that you're doing it. And it just clicks like that. And instead of wasting like 2 weeks trying to fucking get 3 scripts word for word, because that was my original plan. If instead of doing your original plan, just change it. And you get so much more productive and you get more motivated, and yeah, it's just fucking amazing. So yeah, this is kind of the toolkit for you. If something is going wrong, come back to this video. So subscribe, obviously, leave a like, and see you in the next video.